Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Doing It Sober Show. This is Daniela Park, your host, and we have a wonderful guest today. You're going to be laughing your butt off with this guy. He is the other half of Dope Sick Memes. He's the funny guy of Dope Sick Memes. His drug of, let's get into his sobriety date. His sobriety date is 6/3/13. His drug of choice was opiates, but pretty much took whatever, like most of us. You're 34 years old and you live in San Francisco. You are a building engineer who, since getting sober, has gotten married, had a daughter, got a great job, just bought your second house, and now you're in the process of starting your own business. Woohoo!
Yeah.
For fun, you have done some recovery stand-up shows and love telling jokes and making people laugh. I love that. People die every day from this disease, so instead of being sad about it, we make light and make laughs. Um, Basically, you are an open book, and I want to welcome you to the show, Jeremy. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
You
Yeah,
got
yeah,
it.
yeah. I like that. Kind of making light of things, right? I think I don't know about you, but a lot of times if I'm in a meeting and I hear someone share, I take more from the guy who made me laugh than the one who made me cry. Because
Yes, yes,
we've had a lot of those experiences and lived a lot of those experiences that made us cry, right? So I always
yes.
want to kind of lighten the mood a little bit. So
I
it's
want to
always
ask you a quick question. So, when you got sober, what was the big moment that happened that got you sober that last time?
the last time, it was my girlfriend, my wife now. She left me, and she was a pharmacy technician, and I was doing pills, and so I always joke that she'd come home from work and I would smell her clothes, like I'm like, but she finally she came home and she had it right, like she told me and she said, "I'm gonna drug test you," and I was like, oh, and I was so delusional and so in my mind about it. I said, oh, I'm on methadone. She's not gonna catch it, right? Is what I was thinking. I went to the bathroom. I put some Ajax in the drug test, thinking
Oh my
that
God.
maybe
Oh my God.
you know I'm not like John the scientist, so I didn't know what it would do.
Yeah.
And so it tested positive, and she left. And so it was just accumulation, right? It was another girl leaving me. It was me about to lose another job, me about to be more
Mm.
and more, and I just finally had enough, and so I went into a rehab program, but you go to the best rehabs, they're going to send you to, a 12-step program after that. And so
Yeah.
I did that, and then I got into a 12-step, and I've been doing that ever since. And so luckily for me, I kind of say it's a higher bottom.
Yeah.
I didn't have the jails or the institutions or the death, thank God. But if we stay on that path, we know that we're going to end up there, right? So
Yeah. The
that's kind of
opiates is a killer. A lot of
that's how
people
it is.
dying.
Yeah, it's just insane, and it's just kind of, and that's how, I got started. I fell off a ladder at work and doing
Ugh,
refrigeration, air conditioning. They did knee surgery and they gave me a script and I liked it. So I said it didn't, I ran out of it. They gave me more and they gave me more and gave me more. And then,
oh,
yeah, 7 years
very
later,
sad.
yeah, I think a lot of people have that kind of now with that.
Yeah. It's
But
it's being so regulated. It's amazing. It's great.
yeah,
Like, a lot of people, like in Florida, I know that, every pill is accounted for in the state of Florida, which is kind of cool.
yeah,
It can
that's,
really
that's,
help.
That is good. That's good. I know it's and since I've been clean, I've had 3 surgeries and I've gotten through all of them with Motrin and ibuprofen. And
Wow.
it's good. And I'm going to meetings. When you're off work, I'll hit a bunch of meetings and it works really well for me. But it's kind of
Yeah.
nice. It makes me think back, like I probably didn't even need those pills to begin with, but once I got them in me, I just took off running.
Yeah. I mean, they are highly addictive
Oh,
and
man.
physically addictive. I was never a pill person, but I mean, it seems like every person I interview or talk to has had an opiate problem. And I'm thankful I didn't because I probably would have died.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
I
more of
think
the meth, which is not any better.
no, that's the one I know I would love too much, so I never tried it, thank God. I,
Yeah.
I
So
joke. I
let me
said,
ask you, for the people who don't know, what the hell is a recovery meme?
You know, you know what a meme is. We just take a funny picture and we put some words to it, right? That's what it breaks down to at the end of the day. But we kind of customize it to stuff from, some stuff that annoys us in 12-step meetings, or we have some of that stuff, or you know, uh, just different. I put comedy. We put comedy with some pictures, and sometimes we
It's
do
great.
talk about drugs and alcohol and things like that, and kind of make jokes about it, But we find it's funner to do that than just to kind of be all the serious and those ones.
Absolutely. We need
So
more accounts with the funny stuff.
I think so. I think so. There's actually, I didn't know how many there was out there. There's a lot out there, and it's kind of fun, kind of getting into that world.
Yeah.
I,
Yours is
I
pretty sick though. No.
yeah, yeah. We try. We try.
No,
I
I
know.
love it. I love it. It's
When
great.
when you were interviewing John, you're like, "This is pretty normal. Where'd this come from?" And I'm like, "Oh God." Yeah, I know
Yeah,
where it
right.
came from. Yeah,
That's
but
amazing that two people that are cousins actually both had an opiate addiction.
yeah, he's actually my brother-in-law. So he's
Or
my
I'm sorry,
brother-in-law. No,
brother-in-law.
yeah,
Oh,
no
okay.
problem. Yeah,
But
and but
still, it's
oh,
like,
and at the same time, he told my wife, his sister, you shouldn't date that guy. He's doing drugs, and the whole time he's high too.
oh God,
Like
that's definitely
it's
something to put in a meme.
yeah, I know. I got to make one for that. Remind him, but it works out.
So so
Yeah.
like recovery comedy, I know there's the Yuckaholics and they have stuff for people in recovery, right? Have you ever
Yeah.
done any of those?
So I've done a lot of like local things in my area. They'll do the talent events and comedy shows and stuff, and so I get to do it there, which is really neat.
Good.
So I've been in a lot of that. I think once you get comfortable talking in front of a crowd of people, and at meetings, that's what we do, right? And so
Yes.
if you have any humor with it, it works out pretty well. So it's I've done a few shows and doing that, which is really fun, and it kind of feeds my character defect of my ego. So that's good.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing how much self-confidence that we can build over the years. It does take time,
It
but
does.
for us to get up, in front of people, you think you'd need a lot of drugs to do it, but it's actually the opposite. You can't get up
It's
there all high because you'd probably
oh man, I would
just,
try
it'd
to
be horrible. It'd
yeah,
be horrible.
I'd start a business with you or something, or
Yeah,
have a great,
yeah,
it's like that's,
exactly.
that's a great idea.
Idea is not full.
Yeah, never
um,
execution. But
Now, what are some of the basics that you can give people about sobriety? Like, what do you do that you really find to be important to staying sober?
it's recently I kind of reinvigorated my recovery. I stopped doing what got me to the dance, right? I had with 6 years clean. I wasn't working my steps. I hit a meeting once every 2 weeks. The life that recovery gave me was getting in the way of my recovery life, right?
Hmm.
I'm a father now. I'm starting a business. I work, bought a house, doing all these things that were really great, but at that same time, that was kind of costing me part of my recovery.
Right.
So what got me to the dance to begin with was, having a service position at meetings, right? Working my steps, talking to my sponsor, talking to my sponsees, doing that, the very basic stuff. It sounds cliche, but a lot of stuff that is cliche works, and that's why
Yeah.
they say it, right?
Yeah.
And so I started doing that again, started working steps every night or doing some reading every night, and it's been really good for me. And now I don't
Hmm.
feel like a hypocrite when I go and I talk about it at meetings.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I
that's
know.
one of the things.
It's so normal. I've got over 13 years, and it's just so normal to keep going through the wave of falling off a little bit, going to the one meeting every two. It happens,
Yeah,
but we start to really see it in the way we behave. At least for me, I know I become irritable and mean and angry, and maybe it's because I haven't gone to a meeting. Oh yeah. And then when I go to a meeting, I feel so much better afterwards.
it's crazy how that works. I've heard in the meeting, one of the ones I like is it's if you're on this program, it's like walking up a down escalator, right? So when you stop doing anything, you're gonna start going down.
Yeah.
And so that's something that I really believe. And so it's good to go to meetings. Plus, when we go to meetings, we get more more material for our memes. Like me and John will be
That's right.
texting each other. I'll be like, oh man, someone just did a 10-minute burning desire.
I love it. I love it. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
and so we have fun with that too.
So you've
But
been like super successful. I mean, it's like, wow, the promises are happening for you. You have a beautiful daughter, by the way.
Thank you.
You're married, you're a building engineer, and now you're starting your own business. What is that?
Yeah, it's gonna be heating and air conditioning. So
Very
starting
cool.
that, I mean, hopefully by April I'll have my business off the ground, and it's been good
Ah,
because being in the rooms, people give your name and number out, and
that's
it's like,
right.
and as long I work the same principles in my business as I do in the rooms, right? And honesty, and if I say I'm gonna keep my word, and that's all things that the program's taught me.
Yeah.
So by doing that, it kind of makes you keep growing and doing doing good on the outside of life too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So at some point you just said, okay, I want to do this for myself.
Yeah,
What was the,
exactly.
what steps did you take? What did you,
So I've been doing it. I've been doing kind of work. I work Monday through Friday. 9 to 5 type of job.
yes.
In the building engineer. I do everything in a building. I take care of everything. And then I'm one of those guys who, even when I was using, I could fix anything. When I was doing your type of drugs, I would take things apart and not put them back together. But I
Yeah.
could yeah. But now I actually can put them back together, which is good. And so
Mm,
with that, I started to just have a lot of side work, and it grew to the point now where I need to make it legit, start my own business. And for now, it's going to be something kind of small on the side to complement it, but
yeah.
hopefully it might grow into something bigger. So
Yeah.
so it's good, yeah. And it's all showing up on time and doing the next right thing, and it's a lot of, unfortunately, in my business, a lot of people are like the new mechanics, like the guys will take advantage of, like, 80-year-old women and stuff, and I
Yeah.
come in behind them and say, you don't need a $10,000 job, you need $100 part. And by me doing that they
Wow.
tell every one of their friends, and then and it works
Yeah.
out. Like, I've made a lot more money from being honest than trying to get that one big job by lying.
It's pretty
So
amazing.
yeah,
You
it's
know,
funny
we
how.
become really good people just because we start to become people that we don't know any other way not to be, because it makes us feel weird when we lie, cheat, or steal. It's just not acceptable anymore. I mean, at least for me, I try to work the program to my best of my ability. So
Yeah,
it just feels weird. Like if you were given too much change or something, I mean, I would say I think I've always gone back to give the extra money that was given to me just because I know that person's going to get in trouble. It doesn't feel good. And
yeah.
so we just kind of become really good people, don't we?
We try to. I
Yeah,
call it
we
a
try.
yeah. I call it water bottle honesty. I don't know. When you put the water bottle on the bottom of the cart at the store,
Yeah.
back in the day, if they didn't catch me, I just walked out with it, right?
Yeah.
Now I get there. Hey, I have a 12-pack of water underneath, or I let them know. And that's. I remember I was sharing that at a meeting one time when I was speaking, and I talked about how I used to steal water all the time, and this
That's
lady
funny.
from the back of the meeting shares, and she comes up to, we have something to talk about. She takes off her jacket, and she works at Safeway, one of the grocery stores, and she
Ah!
said, we
That's
got you on tape,
hilarious.
like, messing with me, and it was the funniest thing.
How hilarious.
Yeah.
So what do you feel about social media? And I mean, you feel comfortable with it. Obviously, you're.
I do. I do. I think a big part of it is kind of removing the stigma. The For me, I'm part of the PR team. We go into schools and talk to kids too about the program.
Oh,
It's kind of neat. And one of the things for me is, I always thought, the drug addict was the person underneath the bridge, homeless, things like that.
yeah.
And so I think showing the other side of it, showing the successful recovering drug addict or alcoholic, and kind of showing that side of it is a positive. And I know
Mhm.
attraction rather than promotion, but if I'm promoting, by promoting myself and letting people know my story, I feel that hopefully that gives some attraction to people. And that's
Absolutely.
the big thing. At work, I work with the construction type jobs. A lot of guys, drink and do things, and it's
Mhm.
kind of funny seeing them kind of over the years realize, like, okay, they call me the gremlin. They're like, if you get them wet, it's gonna be bad. They're like,
That's
we heard stories of him. We don't want to go there.
oh my gosh, I love it.
But now they know that I work a program, and I'm in recovery, and and they see the benefits of it. And then
Hmm.
when you have that, then I've had friends come to me, like, randomly call, hey, my friend has a problem, what can I do? Or I can send him to a meeting. And that's all because I'm above board with it, right? I'm not hiding from it. And I
Yeah,
think that's a big thing.
that's super cool. You sound like you're really doing the deal, and It's really impressive to see a person at your age, just thriving in recovery and, having fun as well. You're raising a family, you're starting a business. It's just really good stuff. So you're a very inspirational person to have on here.
Oh, thank you,
Um,
thank you. It's always nice to hear. I have, of
yeah,
course, I have that addict alcoholic mentality where it's like someone gives you a compliment, you have to downgrade it right away.
yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, that's one of my defects. I care too much about what other people think, but once they tell me what I want to hear, I can't believe them. So it's one of those.
It's so
Yeah,
typical, isn't it?
exactly. It's kind of funny.
Anything else you want to tell everybody? What is the Instagram handle again?
Yeah, we're at dope.sick.memes. So dopesickmemes, we do a lot of recovery humor. I have a lot of fun with it. John actually runs the page, and we kind of we make the memes together, which is cool. I'm a construction worker. He's a scientist, so I send him a bunch of stuff. Then he tells me how to spell the right words.
I love
Yeah, and then or says that doesn't make sense. I found out the difference between like your and your.
it. Yeah,
Little things like that. But we make them together and we get them posted out there and just try to have fun with it. Like that.
that's great.
I joke with him. I said, "Are we trying to be famous people in an anonymous program?" Like it
Yeah,
doesn't make sense. But
it doesn't. But you know
yeah,
what?
but
It's
I want
it's
it.
hilarious.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, other than that, yeah, follow us on there, and I like what you're doing too. I'm really happy
Thanks.
you're doing this. So you got a
Thank
subscriber in
you.
me.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you so
problem.
much. And we appreciate you coming on. And we'll have you back on in another 6 months if you like. We just want
Yeah,
to kind of check in and see how things are going. And we wish you all the best until then.
yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. All right.
Thanks.